Hey, welcome back. This is GoG's Guide for PHP. Kyle here from GlobeOfGeek.com, and we're going to explain how to set up a PHP working environment. So to start off, what do you need to run PHP on the Windows operating system? I'm planning to make a separate guide for setting up on a Mac or other systems perhaps. If I haven't already, please recommend that, suggest it if you want. And now to move on. So when running on Windows, exactly what operating system should you run to effectively use PHP? Well, to start off, you could go with the old school type, Windows 98, Windows ME. It's not suggested though, as it's not compatible really at all with newer PHP versions, and as technology upgrades, it'll just be more and more outdated. However, you can run this if you choose. You also have Windows Vista, it's the current operating system I'm using. It's also Windows XP, and anything current, because PHP can update to future systems. However, it won't downgrade to older systems. So I would suggest you have the most current operating system possible. However, just keep in mind that you could work around through the loopholes on a Windows 98 if you had to, but we'll get into that afterwards. Anyway, the next thing you need to run PHP is a web server. And one of the most popular ones that I'm going to use for the series is known as Apache. It's a popular web server. It's used by millions and millions of websites, and it's taken up a large portion of the internet when it comes to that. It's a large server provider. And I'm not going to dive into the specifics on what Apache does. All I'm letting you know is it's the pillar of PHP. It runs scripts and it deals with handling all that good stuff on a website. We'll dig into that later, but that's all you need to know for now. It's a very important component for a website to run. But besides PHP, you could also use Lightspeed. There's another web server. Never actually used it, but I was pulling up some other ones I could find online. And then Hiawatha. I notice these are all named after tribes by the sound of it. Apache, Hiawatha. Anyway, there you go, tribes person. And pardon, I'm not going to try to pronounce this. It's Niggins. I don't know. Yeah. So we'll move on. Just letting you know we're going to be using Apache. I'll explain how to get that afterwards. And now packages. Well, Apache is a package, but what do you need specifically? You'll need a PHP package, which you can get at this URL displayed there. It should work. You download the latest PHP version. And also MySQL. MySQL is the database structure. It's an open source database that is used for storing data, of course. And there'll be guides on that I'll go through throughout the series, how to use that and everything. But it's a component that you'll also need. And PHPMyAdmin, it's an administration component for the MySQL database. So it helps give a cleaner look, I guess, and definitely something you should have, very useful. However, downloading each of these individual things, Apache, PHP, MySQL, PHPMyAdmin, it can get a little bit confusing at times, especially if you're a beginner, because I sure don't want to go do that manually. So there's bundle packages. They're packages that have been bundled up into a convenient manner that someone could download and run them quite easily. So to start off, there's WAMP, and you have that nice little W there. And the one we're going to be using is called XAMPP. And I'll show you how to install XAMPP in the next video. All you need to know is that's the logo, I should say, the icon, the little symbol that represents XAMPP. And pardon, here's the links to the download pages if you're wondering. If you were to want to install WAMP, perhaps, I'll explain how to do that. All you know is for this PHP series, we're not going to manually set up each of the components, but we're going to get XAMPP, which comes with Apache. It comes with everything you need, everything I've explained in here, and it runs it efficiently. It does all that great work for you, and it'll help you get set to code in PHP as soon as possible. So anyway, off to the next video where we will go and download XAMPP and get some configuration set up. See you there.